Hi Prep 2, today we are going to be looking at similes in our English lesson. And similes are a way that we can use to describe different things. So you often find them in stories and in poems. And we can use words such as like or as to describe something being similar to something else. It's a way of making our descriptions a bit more powerful. So let's think about a simile that we could use. I've bought a prop. A hairbrush. Now, my hairbrush, I could say, is as spiky as a hedgehog. Or I could say my hairbrush is as spiky as a cactus. Or it is as sharp as a knife. Those are just some examples of how we can use a simile to describe a really simple object. Now, in the book that we've been looking at, Lost and Found, Oliver Jeffers uses a simile. Let me find the page. Here we go. I've put this page as a download so you can download this page. It's the page with the great big wave. And Oliver Jeffers says, they floated through good weather and bad when the waves were as big as mountains. Okay, and that's when just before they arrive at the South Pole. As big as mountains. That helps us to understand, doesn't it, quite how big those waves are if they are as big as mountains. And that's what you're going to be doing today. You are going to be looking at some words that are on a list that I've given for you, and you are going to try to find a word to describe it as being similar to, using your similes, using like or as. So Oliver Jeffers has used as. The waves were as big as mountains. You could say the waves were big like a skyscraper. The choice is yours. Your job today is to be creative, to put those adjectives into a simile, and then you're going to put all of your similes together like a list poem, and it's as simple as that. You write down all of your similes in a list, put some commas in, and you can turn it into a poem, which is a really special thing to do. Once you've finished your poem, you can decorate it. We like to do that at school, don't we, when we do poems? Because a simile is quite well suited to poetry because it's a way that you are creating a picture in the mind of the person that is reading your poem or your story. So drawing some pictures might help you do that as well. We're now going to have a look at a couple of examples that I'm going to put together on the desk so you can see. So I'll see you then, and good luck. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at how we can improve this sentence by using a simile. Maybe some other little tricks as well. The dog was big and fierce. That's not a bad sentence, but I think we can make it sound far more exciting. We can use some adjectives. We can describe the dog. The black, scruffy dog. Now we can add in a simile. Was as big, and I'm going to say as big as a wolf. And fierce. And fierce like a grizzly bear. Now, let's have a look at the difference between those two sentences. The dog was big and fierce. Yeah, we could tick that. That's not a bad sentence, but we have improved it by using some additional adjectives and some similes. The black, scruffy dog was as big as a wolf and fierce like a grizzly bear. Now, as big as a wolf, that is our first simile, and fierce like a grizzly bear, that is my second simile. You can see that I've used as big as here, as, and like a grizzly bear for this one. Let's have a look at another example. This sentence says, the garden was messy. We can improve it again by adding some adjectives and a simile. Okay, I'm going to use an adjective here, overgrown. Do you know what that means? Hopefully, if you don't, this simile will help you to understand. The overgrown garden was as messy as a thick jungle. Can you see the words that we've used there? We have got an adjective, overgrown, and as messy as a thick jungle. You could get lost in there, couldn't you? Now, for my last example, I'm going to look at a page from Lost and Found. If you haven't got the book at home, you can always have a look at the video from last week, so you can have a look at the book again. I'm going to focus today on these trees. Can you see them? They're quite unusual, those trees. Keep that in your mind as we write this simile. The green trees were round like lollipops. So another look at the book again. Can you see why I've called them lollipops? They do look like a lollipop, don't they? They even look shiny. Okay, maybe we could add that in. I'm just going to edit this. You can edit things yourselves as well. Ooh, everything's going to fall over on my desk. Okay, the shiny green trees were round like lollipops. Can you see how I have edited my sentence there to include an extra adjective, just to make it that little bit more exciting? Now I think it's your turn to have a go. Write yourself some similes. You can do that on your whiteboard, you can do that in your book, and then you can organise those into a list poem. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Good luck.